What's going on, everyone? I hope you're having a really great day. Dwayne here from NorCal Nerf Club, and I'm real excited that I get to do the spring upgrade on my new Camo Series Heracles, rather. Yeah, one of the newest in the Rival line, of course, and I had some really good stock numbers on this the other day. If you happen to catch my review on this, I think it ended up at 103.6 average right out of the box stock. So really great stock performance on this blaster, and it's very accurate. I really do like this one a whole lot. And we're going to open it up here, and we're going to do a spring upgrade on it. I haven't decided exactly what spring yet, but it's going to be something good. So stick around. Let's get to it. Okay, so looking at this blaster, it does have one small screw that's over here on the right-hand side of the blaster. That looks to be the only screw there. When it works out like that, they just have one screw on one side of it. That's usually the one I like to start with. I like to take this screw out first, and then that'll, most likely, it's always going to be the last one that goes in as well. Okay, so we'll go ahead and get that screw out of here. That one's in there a little bit, but yeah, we'll get that screw out of there, and then we'll take the rest of them out, and I'll be right back with you. Okay, so there we go. I've got all of the screws out of it, and the only thing right now that's kind of giving me a little bit concerned to be careful with is right here, this catch right there, okay? Let's see how that stays in place. I don't want any springs coming off on me or anything like that. Okay, so this plate should just come, oh, there we go. It stays in there. Woo! You know, that's one of the spots when you open up a new blaster, you don't know, and something would go flying off on you, some spring or something right there. You know, generally they make, you know, everything's pretty straightforward, but boy, it's one of those moments, you know, when things can kind of jump out at you. Now, see if we've got any other hidden screws here. Doesn't appear to be. Okay, that's good. 'Cause now I can start to go ahead and lift this all out. I see how this mechanism works, and this is a really nicely done blaster, I can tell already. But I want to, once again, let's ease that out of there in case there is any kind of, you know, any kind of pre-compression that wants to, there we go, move everything out, which it just did, but that's okay. That's okay. I like to keep everything kind of in a nice place when I first get in there, but this should be fine. Let's go ahead. We're going to go ahead and remove that. See, once again, that's under nice pre-compression and everything. Okay, everything stayed in place though. Okay, no worries there. Okay, this is going to be really super simple. Once again, let's. But yeah, let's take a look at this. In fact, I want to take just a couple quick pictures just to see, just to make sure I always to get everything in place. But you know, like I said before, like I said yesterday when I was looking at and taking apart that Mercury pistol, we've all been here before. A little bit different mechanism back here for the D prime and the priming indicator. But you know, it seems like they really simplified things from the Kronos. It's much easier design. I saw the same thing in the Mercury pistol, and a bit stronger spring in there. Really good. Let's see. Oh, that's right. I'm going to go ahead and take a couple of pictures, and I will be right back. Okay, so here we are. Yep, you know, I took a few pictures of the internals here, and this is a pretty simple thing. We're just going to go ahead and take that spring out of here. Okay, that is a really nice spring that they have in there now. We'll go ahead and remove all of the plunger head. Yeah, and I'm going to pad the plunger head on this one too. I am. That's going to probably help out a little bit because I think I am going to go ahead and I'm going to put Perfect Fit Kronos Spring in this one. That's going to give this one some just fantastic performance. This is nothing more than a Kronos in the inside of it, and it's really well put together Kronos. So yeah, it can definitely handle it. I'll lube up the plunger head there and the tube assembly a little bit there too, and we'll get this all together here pretty quickly. This is a pretty simple operation once again. Yeah, if you've ever done a Kronos spring upgrade, or if you hadn't, this is a pretty simple one. Okay, yeah, we're right there. That's the length I want to be. You know, really the length of that. So I think we're gonna be just fine here. This is gonna work out really well for us. Okay. this is the thing I'm going to decide on. I think we're going to go ahead and probably use 2 pads on this. Just because it is kind of like, I'm just going to take the spring off right now. Yeah, like I was saying, just because it is exactly like Kronos plunger head, and I generally put 2 of these pads. This is a real easy, cheap way to do this too. I'll show you these pads here in a second once I get them lined up. These have a little notch that I like to kind of line up everything with. Okay. And yeah, I kind of put it in just like this. Get it all squared up there and nice in there. And you know what? I may not double pad. I think this is going to be just enough for this. Double pad, it'd stick out. Yeah, it's going to stick out a little bit, which is fine. I've had it in other Kronos ones where I've double padded, but I think I'm going to be a little conservative here. We're just going to single pad it for a little bit of protection. If I need to later on, I'll go in there and I'll put another double pad in there. But see, I don't even need to super glue these in. And what this is just self-adhesive anti-skid pads. Get them at Ace. $3 for a pack of them, for 16 of them. And I actually use them for a few different things. But look how perfectly they fit right into a plunger head right there. Just nicely, real nicely. But yeah, so that this isn't like sticking out any and extending further than I want it to go, I think I'm gonna stay conservative and just put 1 of them in here. This way I used to always do it. And then I started putting 2 in there, and they work out real fine. There's a nice pop to it and everything. Sounds really good. But yeah, let's go ahead and let's get a little lithium grease on here. That's your friend while you're in here. Might as well lube up a little bit. Always a perfect thing to do. Good idea. Doesn't take a whole lot to do it. Just kind of run that around there, and that'll give it a little bit better seal. I want to just glop and slop it everywhere, but I'll get it a nice even amount in there. Okay. There we go. And that's all pressed in, staying in there. Like I said, I don't even like to use any super glue or anything like that on it. I want to be able, if I had to get it back out there again, and it's just fine. It's pressed up against it. It's never going to go anywhere. Those things stick really good too. So yeah, no need to worry about it or anything, but let's go ahead and get our spring onto here. Okay. And yeah, see, now I like this because it's the same diameter as the spring I just took out of there. So that's real good. Everything's going to fit in there really nicely. I'm going to go ahead and squeeze that on there, get it to kind of latch and work on there just a little bit, like that. Now, a lot of times I kind of do the thing where I'll go ahead and pre-compress it before I put it in there. I don't think I need to in this time. It's a good little idea to do it. I may do it. Let's see how this goes in. See if it wants to fight me or anything. No, it's not going to fight anything. Look how easy that went in there. Okay, this operation is just simple. Just a simple upgrade for this. So there we go. This spring's in there. Catches are all in place and everything. Trigger, always make sure that's kind of in the nice, bright place that you want it to be in. Okay, and it's going to be able to, work the catch right there. Everybody's in place and everything. That looks fine. Everything is good. I'll give you guys a little bit closer look at the internals. If you're going to need it, get them in frame. Oh, I'm not in frame, am I? There we go. Let's get you in frame right there. Take a good close look at all the internals before I button this up. And I think this is going to work out just really, really fine for us. Okay. So, yep, let me get everything screwed back together, and I'll be back with you and see what the result is. Okay, let's try to wrap this up again in 3, 2, 1. Well, gee, wouldn't you know it? This has done it to me before, but right at the perfect moment when I slid this thing back and primed it back and everything, I got all excited about it. My phone and my GoPro decided they wanted to disconnect from each other, which usually ends up with a corrupted file. So, Enough about those technicalities. We'll go back over here to the Heracles, which, as you can see, has primed back very nicely, and I was talking about it and excited about that. Primed nicely, and like I said, I was talking about that wouldn't need a greenhouse grip on this necessarily, and I was hoping for that I'd be able to, prime it back nice and easy. And a greenhouse grip or something like that would work in here, but you would need a smaller one. The ones that are normally made for a Kronos would cover this part, your D-prime button back there, okay? So, yeah, it was really easy to do. Luke from Darts, of course, he advertises his Perfect Fit Kronos Springs to be easier to prime and more powerful. And, yeah, that is definitely all true. I've got one in a Kronos, and that Kronos averages 149 feet per second. So it's pretty powerful spring and easy to prime, easy to deal with. He said perfect. It is a perfect fit. This is basically a Kronos fit in there perfectly, okay? So let's prime it forward, and I am gonna do the same as I did when I did the review on this pistol, and I'm gonna use the same exact rounds that came with this and put them through the chronograph. Let's make sure we're all nice and level. I want to get good shots for this because I have a feeling we're going to see some really good numbers over here. Make sure I get a good square shot of it. Ooh, yeah. Can you see the 145.6? 145.6 for a shot. Every one of these shots, I swear, through a Kronos is like Luke advertises, 140 feet per second. He's not lying. Every shot will be above 140 feet per second. I'll guarantee you that. But let's go ahead and do a second shot over here. Okay, ready? Get it all squared up in this one. It's going to be a good one, I can tell. 143.6, hanging in right there. 146.2. See, very consistent. 145.6. Really liking this. Okay, one more. See, it's not hard to prime that. It is not at all. 145.6 again. So really consistent. Okay, that is really nice. And let's go ahead and give you a shot at these numbers. Right there. Oh, get you down here in frame. You take a look at those numbers right there because those are really nice. Max, of course, was with 146.2. The minimum was at 143.6. Average, you've seen it hit 145 a couple times, so no surprise there. Average 145.3 feet per second. Those are some good numbers. That's a powerful blaster. And like I said, yeah, still really easy to prime. Wouldn't really need another grip on there. They've kind of widened that out. So even if I don't anchor the back of my hand, my heel of my hand over here against the utility rail, it doesn't matter. I can still prime that back just very easily. That's sweet. That is really nice. But everything's all together. Looks like we have a nice little success here. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I definitely enjoyed making it for you, and I'm gonna go fire off some rounds out of this bad little baby. All right, you guys take care. I'll see you in my next video.